you know, the idea was like, how do we create this mechanism to educate people, to give people the tools, so when they do decide to go back to the land, then they're going there with some stuff already. And for me, the hemp has just come in this perfect way, because, you know, I think the new models of community, for me, is actually getting back to these old agricultural areas that need that people stop growing food. They haven't cared about growing food for a long time. It's in the hands of the big agricultural farming system, and you know, they go to Walmart or wherever to buy their food. They get their check from the government, and the kids don't want to farm. They're not inspired by farming. The older ones are getting toward who have the knowledge. And for me, hemp has that capacity to basically open the door. And so I've been here in New Mexico since May last year, laying the groundwork for community. Actually, it takes time, but we need to be really smart. And I think that's the thing. A lot of these communities are just like, I'm going over here, we're going to go over this side and forget about all you guys over there. And now is not, I don't feel that's the time now. I feel the time is like, how do we come into existing communities actually, and show a model of heart-centered living that really like reaches out into that community. It's already happening here. It's amazing what's happening. It really is beautiful. And the people are waking up into their own divine nature and to their own gifts and their own skills, and they're like, this is happening now, isn't it? We've been here since the 60s, and we were going off the grid and doing all this, but now it's really happening. And it's like, yeah, and you were laying the groundwork, and you were holding down the frequency for this, for us, with this newer vision, this more kind of refreshed vision that has a lot of practical solutions. Whereas in the 60s, all hippies that were like counterculture. Let's get out of the culture, let's do our own thing. Let's be a lone wolf. But now is, I really feel now is the time for letting go of that kind of paradigm of the lone wolf, and I'm going to make it on my own kind of thing. And that's what's really beautiful about the communities that are starting to form. And we're looking for land, bigger land, but already we're in this kind of holding community, let's say, where we're getting to know each other. And I think that's super important, and in the sense of that, the purpose of creating that community environment already, so we can start exploring and finding them matches, finding them people that we start to resonate with, that we might think about building a community. And then there needs to be another level where we're starting to really do the work. But at this time, I feel like there's not a lot of time, in the sense of like, people are really readying to do the, like, okay, all right, I've decided now, so we're going. Like, and I feel like this year is critical in that way. There's just the massive exodus from the cities, and a massive like drive and desire for creating community. I think there's a real process for people to go through to understand what they want, what they really want. And I think we can help with that in terms of like the really pragmatic elements of these things, what's worked and what hasn't worked. For me, it's, and being in the Oracle Girl community has been really powerful. It really has. I mean, it's been very powerful because it's helped me to let go, actually, in a way, to be ready in the moment, to be like totally in the presence for these things to come into being. I'm holding this frequency of my own purpose, and that's just magnetizing now. There's something going on here that's bigger than all of us individually.
Yeah.
And like, we're all the kind of tools in this, and I have my skill set from all of these kind of crazy experiences and a lot of international work. I'm working with multi-dimensional projects, that I can hold that space. you know, I can hold that vision in the sense of, I can see that it's all possible, right? Because we built this world already really badly. We can build it much better